In a small town nestled along the picturesque coastline of Cape Town, lived a young girl named Jane. Jane grew up surrounded by the love of her family and the warmth of close-knit friends. She was known for her kind heart and gentle spirit, and it wasn't long before she caught the eye of Joshua, a charming young man who worked diligently to win her heart. Joshua and Jane's courtship was brief but intense, and soon they were married in a beautiful ceremony under the African sun. Their happiness seemed unending, and they looked forward to a lifetime of shared dreams and adventures. However, fate had other plans. Joshua received a job offer in Johannesburg that he couldn't refuse, and the young couple had to leave behind the familiar comforts of Cape Town. The bustling city of Johannesburg was a stark contrast to the serene life they had known in Cape Town. Jane found herself isolated in their new home, with no friends or family nearby. Her days became a monotonous routine of cleaning, cooking, and waiting for Joshua to return from work. The lively lunches with friends and spontaneous outings she once enjoyed were now distant memories. Joshua, on the other hand, was thriving in his new job. He was meeting new people, many of whom were beautiful and sophisticated women. He began to feel a growing disconnect from Jane, who seemed to be perpetually stuck in the same routine, always in her pajamas, looking exactly as he had left her in the morning. The spark in their relationship began to dim. One day, while shopping at a local retail store, Jane met Rebecca. Rebecca was outgoing, vivacious, and had a magnetic personality that drew Jane in instantly. The two women quickly became friends, and for the first time since moving to Johannesburg, Jane felt a sense of companionship. Rebecca, however, harbored a secret jealousy towards Jane. She envied Jane's life, her home, and her husband. Despite her friendly facade, Rebecca was determined to disrupt Jane's life and take what she believed she deserved. Rebecca's opportunity came when she invited Jane and Joshua to her apartment for dinner. Unbeknownst to Jane, Rebecca had a sinister plan. She laced Jane's drink with a potent drug, causing her to pass out shortly after dinner. Under the cover of night, Rebecca seduced Joshua, who, in his moment of weakness, gave in to her advances. The following morning, Joshua was filled with regret. He told Rebecca that what had happened was a mistake and that he loved his wife deeply. He begged her to keep their indiscretion a secret. Rebecca agreed, but she had no intention of letting go so easily. A few weeks later, Rebecca discovered she was pregnant. She confronted Joshua, expecting him to leave Jane and be with her. However, Joshua was adamant that Rebecca should terminate the pregnancy, fearing the consequences it would have on his marriage. Determined to eliminate Jane from the picture permanently, Rebecca devised a more lethal plan. She invited Jane over to her apartment under the pretense of wanting to talk. Rebecca prepared 2 drinks, one of which was laced with a deadly poison. In a cruel twist of fate, Rebecca accidentally drank the poisoned drink meant for Jane. As the poison took effect, Rebecca's face contorted in pain and fear. She realized the gravity of her actions too late. Jane, oblivious to the poison, watched in horror as Rebecca collapsed. Joshua arrived shortly after, alerted by Jane's frantic calls. He cradled Rebecca in his arms as she took her final breaths, her eyes filled with regret and sorrow. With her last words, she confessed to everything, begging for forgiveness. The tragedy brought a profound change in Joshua and Jane's lives. They confronted the pain and betrayal together, finding a way to heal and rebuild their marriage. Jane forgave Joshua, understanding that their love was worth saving. Rebecca's story became a cautionary tale in their community, a reminder of the destructive power of envy and the importance of cherishing and nurturing love. Jane and Joshua emerged from the ordeal stronger and more committed to each other than ever before. Years passed, and Jane and Joshua were blessed with children. They often told their story to their children, emphasizing the lessons they had learned about trust, forgiveness, and the resilience of love. They found joy in the simple things and never took each other for granted. Jane's life, once marked by isolation and routine, blossomed with the love and support of her family. She formed new friendships and became an integral part of her community. The scars of the past remained, but they were a testament to her strength and the enduring power of love.